We're back, and we have some TikToks that we are going to blind react to.
Why do I like my boyfriend to call me boyfriend and use he, him pronouns for me when those aren't my pronouns and I don't identify as a trans man or as a boy? Well, some trans individuals may wish to use pronouns or certain terms and language which relates to a gender identity even though they don't identify with it because it affirms their identity. So for me, I like more masculine in words, more masculine in language, because feminine leaning words and feminine language makes me feel uncomfortable. So the opposite makes me feel comfortable. However, I don't want to identify as a trans man because I don't feel like a trans man. I'm non-binary, I know I'm non-binary, but that doesn't mean I can't use gendered language to affirm my identity. Which is why he will use he, him for me casually, and also will use boyfriend when referring to me. But that doesn't mean that other people should use he, him when referring to me. It's just kind of like our little thing. And that is completely okay for trans individuals to do.
Okay, did anybody follow that? I need a map for that one with arrows and signs and guidance. This person who is clearly a woman, who sounds like a woman, questionably looks like a woman, but claims to be a they-them, says she wants her boyfriend to call her a boyfriend, even though she's a woman. But that should only be her thing with her boyfriend, and other people should refer to her as a they-them. Do these people hand out booklets and packets saying, here's how you should refer to me upon meeting me? It is so confusing to have that many thoughts going on in your head at once. I can't even imagine. Like, what do you expect us to call you? I still haven't concluded that. Do you want us to call you an it? Like, I don't know. I've never felt comfortable being called a boyfriend. Probably because I'm a female and I'm a woman. Oh, but speaking of women, here we have a mom talking about how she would feel comfortable if her 9-year-old daughter was in a locker room with a biological male. Listen to this.
So this comment from Jason Russ says, I hope if you have girls, you aren't telling them to accept boys in their showers and locker rooms in school. That's one place boys don't belong. I do have a daughter, a 9-year-old daughter, love of my life. And currently in school, they don't undress in locker rooms. They're still really young and just do gym class in their regular clothes. When the time comes, however, that she is in a locker room, I think that I will continue teaching her what I'm teaching her now, that girls and trans girls belong together and boys and trans boys belong together. I'm all for unisex bathrooms. I'm not so sure about unisex locker rooms in schools where people are changing, unless there's private rooms to change. But yeah, I am 100% okay with my daughter being in a bathroom and in a locker room with girls, trans girls, women, and trans women.
That's insane. That's insane. First of all, we should have known that an opinion like that is going to come out of this woman's mouth by the color of her hair. We should have known immediately that this person has a Biden-Harris sticker on their car, maybe even a Bernie sticker on her car, and probably a no hate lives here sign or something like that. This woman starts off by saying, I have this daughter. She's the love of my life. You know, I would want nothing harmful to ever happen to her. I want to protect her at all costs. But then in her next breath, she's like, but trans girls are girls. So my 9-year-old should be in a locker room with a biological male, with a boy. Oh, like that, the two can't exist. I don't think that you can be like, oh, I want to protect my daughter at all costs, and then welcome her to walk into a changing room, a locker room, a bathroom at her school. She's 9 with biological males. That just doesn't make that much sense to me. Like, you clearly aren't that focused on keeping your daughter safe if that's the case. Also, she said she's like completely fine with trans girls being in the same locker room as her daughter, except where people are changing. What do you think happens in locker rooms, in changing rooms? People are undressing. That's insane. The hair dye must be seeping into her brain because that's not normal behavior. No normal mother would want her 9-year-old to be in a locker room with a boy. They would do everything in their power to make that not happen. Oh, okay. And here we have someone who looks like they're in the live reenactment of Peter Pan, who is going to talk about pronoun usage.
So if the person used these in pronouns, instead of saying, I hope he has a good day, you would say, I hope Z has a good day. And for non-self pronouns, if the person used bunny, such as me, instead of saying, I hope he takes care of himself, you'd say, I hope Bun takes care of Bunny's self.
This person says that they identify as a bunny. I hope Bun takes care of Bunny's self. This person probably has complained or vented about her issues to a therapist or to a doctor, and they probably affirmed this and been like, you are valid. You are the way you are. You are the fairy nymph that you claim to be. No normal person is wearing a dog collar, has, ears taped on her head, crosses on her forehead. There's mental illness going on here. Like, I just know this is the type of person that wants to work with kids.
Biggest ick. Okay, so might be a bit rogue, but when a boy gets hit by like a slow-moving car.
That's so good. What about a fast-moving car? What if it's just like wham? Also, why is she orange? Why does she look like that? Women will find anything wrong with a man just because they don't want to be with them. They want to keep playing the field. They want to keep hopping around. It's not like when you see something you don't like that's like a deal breaker for you. It's like serious, like, oh, you have like moral differences. You have like, I don't know, like literally anything that would cause like a relationship to break up. No, it's that you would see him getting hit by a slow moving car, and that would be a turnoff for you. Would you ask him if he's okay? Or would you immediately be like, I don't think this is going to work out anymore? Caption for this one says, this woman's biggest ick, since we're staying on the ick train here, people who are sporting American flags.
The greatest ick of all time are people who are proudly sporting American flags. Read the room. This is the bad place.
Yeah, honey, you didn't really, I didn't really take you for the type to have an American flag. You look like the type that would have a BLM flag out front of your house, or a pride flag, or a trans flag, or hate has no place here flag. We all get it. Don't worry. You're not fooling anyone. We get that that's your vibe just by looking at you. This is the bad place. Okay, go somewhere else. See how it works out for you. No, seriously, by all means, go ahead. Let me and then report back about how horrible America is. Oh my God. I did a video on this girl, and she was complaining about a bartender who called her a woman. She's back. This is the person who teaches children on TikTok about neo-pronouns like flower self. Look at this person. This person looks like a cartoon character. Now she's back because she's saying that men should stay out of lesbian bars. Straight men should stay out of lesbian bars because lesbian bars are her safe place. I have a few thoughts off the top, but we're going to watch it first. We're going to watch it.
This is a message to cis men. I'm not too familiar with this interaction because I usually don't talk to cis men. However, I do feel like it's important. So hi sissies. No, just jokes. So cis men, when you are invited by a straight woman to a lesbian bar, and yes, this is in regard to the straight woman who invited a cis man to a lesbian bar and all the stitches that came from it. Okay, first of all, you can always say, no, we shouldn't go, and suggest to go to a straight bar across the street with your straight woman so she won't feel the need to pop off on a lesbian and defend the patriarchy. Ooh, and sometimes it's hard to do that for straight women, and that's a whole issue in itself. And if you don't feel like saying no, well, stop being so creepy in general, not just at a lesbian bar. And stop taking up space in a place that's not your own. You know what I mean? I mean, we still have to wear these masks because of the patriarchy failing the world. And honestly, your presence only reminds us of this. Lesbian bars are here for us to take a serious break from y'all. Like, this is our wellness checkup, where we can cry in each other's arms for things to get better, and where we would not be afraid to express our hyper-femininity or our non-toxic masculinity, which is so important for us to see. So, main point is, let's not take up each other's spaces. And there's not very many lesbian spaces. I don't even have a lesbian space in my hometown or anything like that. I would have to travel hours. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have one, but I would love one, and if I did have one, please don't take up the space.
Okay. First off, I don't think any man wants to take up space in a lesbian bar. I really don't. I don't think that that's their prerogative to go after lesbians. That doesn't add up for me. So many of these non-binary claiming people, these women who are claiming that they're non-binary because they want to be in the minority so bad, they're saying the word like patriarchy because it's like a big buzzword. Like, oh, it sounds like they're intelligent. It sounds like they're smart. It's like they think it's some big fancy word, when in reality it's like listening to Kamala Harris speak. It's like, not like, this is a giant word salad. None of this makes any sense. And now she's trying to argue that men in lesbian bars is just part of the patriarchy. I thought that these people are the ones that are trying to encompass inclusive environments. They're trying to bring everybody together and not, separate them. But no straight man can go to a lesbian bar under your terms because he's promoting the patriarchy. I don't know. Like, what if the guy claims that he's a lesbian internally, but just presenting as a straight male? What's your argument for that? I've just never heard one of my straight male friends saying that they had a great time at the lesbian bar and they found a wife there. Not the vibe.